The Kudus dream was excellence at the Johan Cruyff Arena when Rangers came calling. And I've got a strong feeling that Kudus will work the magic again at Anfield.
Come on, this was just Rangers. Rangers.
4 goals in the last 3 games.
It's good enough for the Scottish League.
No, he scored on the biggest stage. That's the Champions League.
Rangers against Rangers. That's the point.
Rangers were Europa League finalists last year.
For the
Anytime he scores, the Ajax fans chant Kudus.
They will chant at
So
Anfield.
you think you are bringing Kudus to Anfield to do one over Trent and then Van Dijk?
It's going to be an interesting.
That'll be a dream come true.
They will run ragged in Naples.
Like you let Kudus do Trent. You let Kudus do Van Dijk.
Trent couldn't find his feet against the Georgian.
No, this is not PlayStation. This is real life.
Trent couldn't find his feet against the Georgian. That name is a mouthful, so
we won't probably, mention.
But Kudus has got enough skill. He's a man on form. You look at Virgil van Dijk this season, he's been out of sorts. That Liverpool centre-half pairing have not been as resolute.
He's struggling. But Matip is back, and I'm expecting that, the partnership, the central midfield, central defensive partnership is going to be Joe Matip and Virgil van Dijk. He's not going to play Joe Gomez with Robinson and Trent Alexander literally making up the back four. But the problem with Liverpool consistently, Klopp himself has admitted, is their midfield. It's aging. So when you come up against a team that is able to run at you, draw rings around you, stretch you, they struggle. And I said this, some time ago, if you watch Napoli play, they move the ball around quickly. They are pacey. They are very strong. And it was evident in that game against, Napoli. They're coming up against, an Ajax side that is practically made up of young blood, guys who know how to move the ball around very quickly, very technically gifted guys, But then, this is Liverpool. Yes, they lost at Napoli. Even that, if you look at the records, they've never won at Naples. 4 games, they've lost all of them. So, the records may have gone against them, but at the Allianz and at Anfield, I'm expecting that Liverpool will bounce back. Ajax, not so experienced in terms of, especially with this squad, not so experienced coming up against a Liverpool side that have been to 3 Champions League finals in the last, 4 seasons. As good as Ajax may have been against Rangers and they are in the league, I still feel that Liverpool have enough in their tank to put, to literally put away all the demons that have hunted them this season and put Ajax to bed.
And how they've struggled against energetic midfield. If what you saw in Naples was version 1, I can guarantee they'll get 2.0, even 3.0 at Ajax. Because you look at that Ajax midfield, Alvarez, they've got Kelvin Taylor, they've got Dusan Tadic. These are players who would run at Liverpool's midfield. These are players who are quick.
And if he decides to play Kudus
if he decides to play Kudus in that false 9 role, that would even create more problems. Because if you move this Liverpool midfield and even to some extent the defense round, they tend to struggle. They love that bulky number 9 who get them static, not run at them, not stretch them out wide. You look at Napoli, what they did. Osimhen bent his pace. A lot of time he stretched that Liverpool back line. Zambo and Guisa bossed that midfield because they didn't have enough. And it's more of the same against Ajax. So it leaves you wondering, how can Liverpool get past this team? I don't want to be a prophet of doom, but I think Liverpool could possibly end up with 0 points after 2 Champions League games.
You guys must be dreaming, man. I think you guys think this is PlayStation. This is the real world. Listen, Liverpool might be going through all of their demons, all of their troubles, but hey, this is Anfield. I have seen teams with bigger talent, with bigger personalities,
Barcelona
come to Anfield and crumble. Yes, Ajax might be enjoying the limelight, all of the things, beautiful things that you have said about them, but this is Anfield. No, listen, Liverpool are going through a bad patch of form, but trust me, they will cut Ajax to size. Why do I say so? You've spoken about all the beautiful things that you want to say on paper about the Ajax midfield, about the mobility in the Ajax midfield, about the creative ability that they do carry. Have you also spoken about the Ajax defense? Have you spoken about how they can live with Luis Diaz, how they can live with Mohamed Salah, how they can live with that Uruguayan striker, Darwin Núñez? You've spoken about all the beautiful things that Ajax will bring to the midfield. I mean, the good thing for Liverpool is that Thiago Alcantara is back, Fabinho is back, even though I acknowledge that he's lost a bit of pace, you understand? Henderson is out. I've watched Elliott play. I think he's a very good player, you understand, right? So if you are looking for energy and creativity in the midfield, you can field Elliott, you can field Fabinho, you can field Alcantara. They can almost make up for that sort of creativity, that balance in creativity and steal a bit, you understand? So yes, Ajax might be fanciful on paper, but I mean, you remember, it reminds me so much of that little boy who goes to town dancing la 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 la. He's dancing la 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 in a Nigerian pub where the song belongs to the Nigerians. I mean, this is Liverpool. Yes, Ajax is European royalty, but I think that Liverpool, with all of the things that they've been able to garner, especially with this squad, the experience they do have, I think that they have more than enough quality to go beyond the Ajax.
Dave, as much as I agree with Kofi and the fact that the experience will come to bear, but the last time these two sides met, it wasn't rosy and it wasn't easy for Liverpool. They won just 1-0 at Anfield and went to the Johan Cruyff Arena. Also won just by single. It tells you that they find it difficult to break down this Ajax side. Yes, Ajax have lost a lot of players since the last time they met, but Liverpool have also lost in terms of quality and productivity up front. They've brought in Darwin Núñez, who is struggling to find his feet and struggling to hit the ground running. How is it going to affect them? I think it will, because if you look at this Liverpool side, if Luis Diaz doesn't come to the party, they fall short. But if you look at this Ajax side, there's goals spread across. There's Bergwijn, there's Kudus, and there's Tadic. They are scoring for fun. And their defense is also not conceding. In their last 7 games, they are yet to lose, and they've conceded just 3 in their last 7 games. You may say, well, it's the Dutch league, and probably they're playing against Rangers and all that, but Liverpool have not found it easy. But come on.
Quality.
I was still hold my ground. There's no quality in the Dutch league. Come on, they're literally babies. But I keep saying, and I said here some time ago, Kudus is the guy that right now seems to be getting all the the plaudits. He's the live wire of the team, and their coach Schroeder, after that game against Rangers, he spoke highly of the guy, and people question, why don't you play him often? He spoke about the fact that because of his injury situation, he doesn't want to risk him. Exactly, he needs to manage the situation. But I think we might see the best of Kudus again come Tuesday. I said it here, Kudus is better than Anthony, so I'm not surprised.
I'll dodge that. You guys are not thinking about if, in the unlikely situation, Liverpool loses.
They might be playing the Europa League.
Is it game over for Klopp?
No, Klopp will not be sacked.
Klopp is the most assured manager.
Is he insulated?
He's insulated from the sack. I feel it would take more than just 2 Champions League defeats to get him off the books of Liverpool.
If you sack him, who are you going to bring in? That's the point.
Well, as always, I think that this is going to be an interesting fixture. And for me, if Klopp loses, there'll be more than enough voices rising from within Anfield. He does not lose this game. In this world of football, he could be in for a shock if he loses that game on Wednesday.
But he has an Arsenal, by the way. Ajax played Benfica last year. Mm-hmm. It was the Darwin Núñez show. He scored in 2 games, in Lisbon and then in Amsterdam. He's probably going to hand Ajax anyway, who are going to Liverpool's home. And speaking of home, we are live here at Red Mango Apartments in Takrady, Western region of Ghana. It's a wonderful place, and for that vacation, you've got to choose Red Mango. It's the best place you could ever choose, and you would not regret the moments spent here.